Yo, what's up? Philly Uncensored Sports Podcast, Eagles 12-2 edition. We here in the building after a pretty convincing Eagles 27-13 win over a very good Pittsburgh team. Came in here hot with Russell, they quarterback. After they set the young boy down, Russell came in after pretty much a disastrous 2 seasons in Denver. I got to give him props. He's been playing very well this year. The team in general is a very good football team, offensively and defensively. But this really shows you where the Eagles are at for real, for real. This is one of them, where are we really at type of games. Is our defense really certified? Is our offense really legit? Can it really step up to that occasion against a good defense when Jalen takes his game to another level after he got screamed off on AJ? We'll talk about that. Can this be those? Are we that team? Are we for real? To me, this game said a lot. This game said we was legit, defense legit. Pittsburgh ain't have a first down a whole first quarter. I think it was. I think they got their first down like in the second quarter.
It was four straight drives. They was 3-0.
Crazy. Even when we gave them the ball, when Cooper fumbled, we gave him a ball at an opportune spot. Defense held him to a field goal, still didn't let him move the ball. I mean, this defense played incredible. Jalen came out firing on all cylinders. Fantastic win. What's your thoughts?
I personally think it was one of Jalen's better games. I thought he played great, outstanding, and I think that only it looked like for a short stretch, like maybe a couple plays, like towards the end of the second quarter, maybe where it's like he was holding on to the ball too, like looking to take the run a little bit, but then that kind of got squashed out, and it was just a blip on the radar because he stayed like down the end of the game. He stayed in the pocket. He let his old lineman block for him, and he waited for his guys to run and get open, and he threw it. And I thought this was a convincing one for all the stuff you said, and then just thinking about the fact that they shut Saquon down. Pittsburgh came in and said, y'all not gonna run on us. And the Eagles came out and I think they did still try to. You still got to give Saquon a run here and there to try to see if he could bust one open or whatever. But Pittsburgh looked like to me, because even when what's his name came in, the backup Gainwell came in, he looked like he was having more success running. I don't think it was as much attention being shown to the run when he was in there. But when Saquon was in there, they was like, nah, it won't be you. And AJ Brown and Hurts and Devonta picked them apart. Calcaterra got a couple passes in there. This really showed how powerful this Eagles team is. Whereas though you take one thing out, and the defense is outstanding, bro. Like all we wanted to say, ripping the defense. Some of us the first couple weeks of the season, the defense tackling looks crisper. Like we don't see them guys break. It's like everybody's trusting their assignments, stand with their assignments, and you can see that as a whole. Nobody looks like they're getting out of place too much on this defense. The team is looking like a championship type caliber team, in my opinion.
The defense was being justly ripped at that stage in the season. Go ahead, Tim.
Nah, I don't think they was. No.
I think it was
3.
No, wait, no, because he's not going to address a point that I made, and then
you said it, so I had to address the point. You throwing out shade.
No, then wait till you turn around next time to address the point. Don't wait and then say go ahead, Tim. We don't do it like that.
No, I just said I think they were doing just. Go ahead, Tim.
We don't do it like that.
But you can. Anyway. How about you wait till they come back?
How about you wait till the third before you interject?
No.
If you already know, I'm going to clap back if you're going to clap. Because, all right, matter of fact, let's go ahead, Tim. I'll wait.
I'm going to start calling Wayne Sirianni because that's what he was acting like, Sirianni. Just one thing to address a player that they first of all, I want to say shout out to my boy, Sean Boogie. My man Sean Boogie, he right now get well. We thinking about you. I'm going to come up and see you this week. But I ain't want to forget, so I want to get that out there early.
He ain't coming, right? Sean. Don't worry about it.
But
don't wait up.
He's
Sean.
on the record.
Don't wait up. Thank God.
No, I gotta say, this was a very good game. I agree with all y'all points that y'all made. I thought Jalen was sharp. I thought he got the ball out. They said it was less than three seconds. Remember, that was kind of with the issue with AJ, with everybody. They just felt he was holding on to the ball. They felt that the line was giving him enough time to pass the ball, but he was taking a little bit too long. And I was defending, but he was taking a little bit too long in a lot of plays. But he was able to get that ball out. And then even the what's his name, Brady, he mentioned. He said he looked sharper when he got the ball out faster. He looked like sharper, like he was hitting everybody in stride. So shout out to Jalen. But man, I gotta give props to that defense. That defense was like, we ain't gonna get down. We're not gonna sit there and let y'all lose. We're not gonna lose this game because of us. And they 3-and-out first possession by the Steelers, 3-and-out the second possession, 3-and-out. They was like, we got y'all. So I mean, shout out to the defense. I thought, even though I thought Cooper DeJean had an up and down game, I thought he played really. I think he played well at times, but it was when he was taking the ball on special teams. I thought he was a little suspect. First, he had the fumble, and the second, but the first possession when he took the ball out, he was taking. He should have called a fair catch. I don't know if y'all remember that first punt. He had the ball instead of like calling a fair catch right away. He takes an unnecessary hit. We need him throughout the entire year. So sit there, just take the just make the fair catch sign and just let it play the next day.
I mean, I'm not going to say it's up and down. I mean, obviously the fumble is a down, but I think he played even when a couple plays, he had a couple decent returns, like a couple solid. I think the return right after the fumble, I think was like a 15, 20-yard return to give us a field goal position. So field position. So I mean, that was a down point in this game, but I mean, as a punt returner, sometimes you take the risk, like you think you might see something. You got, bro. That's hard. I don't think people understand how difficult that is to try to make a fair catch or decide when to call fair catch or decide when not.
When you got to keep an eye on the ball, eye on the guys coming down the field, everything.
But he was at the side. He was at the sideline. So I'm like, just take the fair. Don't take an unnecessary hit. That's what I'm saying.
I can't disagree with the sideline. Go ahead, Wayne.
I might side more with Ethan. I'm Ephraim, my bad. But I kind of get what Tim's saying. My thing is, then, if you feel that way, don't have him returning it. Put Gainwell back there.
I don't want him
returning it. Because my thing is, if you're going to be put in that position to play that role, then play that role the way it's supposed to be played. Don't if you put the guy back there, it's like, well, you are a returner, but be careful. Like, no, if that's what he's back there to do, then let him play that position. If you feel that way about it, then don't play him there.
I feel that way because he's such a good open field tackler. I think he probably was the best one I've seen. So to me, it's like to make that risk of putting him back there because remember, Covey is not playing. He's hurt. He's still hurt. So he's taking his spot. My thing is, I would have put like Gainwell, somebody else back there, but it's like it's too much of a risk to have him back there. If he gets hurt, it just don't look good for us.
I know, I agree with that. Mr. Wayne, Detroit did not lose yet, by the way. They actually just scored a touchdown. That game is still ongoing. So hopefully they lose to Buffalo, but they still haven't officially lost. But real quick, this is what I was talking about this last week, and everybody, the over the top Jalen Hurts fans wanted to come at my neck. Email Eli, Tim, those Jalen Hurts fans. Yeah, my family, I'm calling them out. This is what I'd like to say. AJ Brown, 8 catches for 110 yards. Devonta Smith, 11 catches for 109. Gainwell, 3 catches. Barkley, 2 catches. Calcaterra, 1 catch. I like that. Calcaterra actually probably could have had a little bit more work in there, but I'm not splitting no hairs here. Jalen was 25 of 32, 290 yards, 2 touchdowns. When you get that ball working to different players, the offense moves. You have probably the best offensive weaponry at your fingertips than any quarterback in the league. All right, that's it, at least top 5, probably top 3, probably number 1. All right,
he had 11 more passes in there too.
But he also had done more passes. Go ahead, Ephraim.
But my point is, you got more passes because we got more first downs.
Yes.
You keep the ball moving, you got another set of downs, so you can get extra plays going. How many first downs? I gotta look at that too. How many first downs we got this game?
Well, one of the things I think that to your point, I think one of the things that did open it up though is I thought AJ had a legit gripe. Everybody was all mad that AJ called out this, that, and other. I think what might have happened is early in the season when AJ wasn't here, Hurts was still trying to play that way, like to lead the receiver to the ball or throw it up there for grabs, and these other guys couldn't make those plays. AJ is special. He's 1A. He's a 1A receiver in this league. And I think you've seen on multiple plays this time where Jalen said, okay, you that guy, I'm going to trust you. And he put it up there, and AJ was going there and getting the ball for the most part, except for one where the guy played excellent defense and broke it up. But I think that when he didn't have AJ for those couple games, and he was trying to do that, and it turned out to him getting all these turnovers, I think he kind of was like, I'm waiting till guys get open. I think he kind of got in the show. Even though we were still winning, it was times you was getting guys wide open. I think now with these better defenses, are you going to see smaller windows? And in this game in particular, it looked like he was that confident. Like I said earlier in the thing, he looked like he know exactly what he's going to do with the ball. Like the passes to AJ when we was looking at a quick slant and he wasn't throwing it to him on time. Now it's like, all right, I see that space, go get it. I see that, go get it. And then it makes everybody else start playing a little bit differently, and it opens up that now people ready to jump on that. Now to open up the underneath for Devonta and Calcaterra going up the seam. All that, you know what I'm saying?
This what makes Detroit so hard to beat. If you watch the boy Jared Goff, I'm telling you right now, if we get more than one sack on him, I'll be shocked. He gets the ball out his hands. Fast. 2 to 3 seconds, the rock is out his hands. He do not hold the ball long because he knows he can't. He don't have the ability to run.
Right.
He gets the ball out his hands fast, and he got that ball. Amon-Ra, who is a complete baller. He catches almost everything. But to my point, right? You know how many first downs we had versus last week? We had 26 first downs today. Last week, we had a total of 18. That's 8 more first downs. You know how many more plays that is now? So if you use 3 plays every drive, that's a total was 24 more plays you could run. So this is my whole point. The more first downs you get by getting that ball, working into other cats, everybody can eat even more. You can run almost just the same, and you can pass them just the same. Saquon had 18 carries and barely played the second quarter. You know what I mean? So this is my point. If you get them first downs, bro, Detroit, Mr. Wing said they officially lost. So that's good. Detroit lost. They're now 12 and I think they're 12-2 now.
They got the same record as we do.
Both 12-2. This is what we needed. But that's what I'm saying. Is he did what he did what he needed to do. AJ Brown came in the locker room and said, "Look, bro, look. You play one more, do that again. One more time, that ball don't come in my direction. I guarantee you, when I come back to his locker room, I'm gonna slap fire out your mouth." And the ball Hurts fell in line. This is what needs to happen. AJ hemmed the ball up by his collar and said, listen, bro, do it. He was like, remember Pinky? He was like, yo, do it again. Do it again and see what happens to you. And Jalen got his act together, man. Beautiful. Sometimes
you're gonna stop cutting them curves.
That last possession, he got like that hip tackle was kind of, it looked bad. I don't know if he's okay. Did y'all check?
As soon as I seen it, that's why I said it was. I think he's gonna be all right because it looked like he wanted to try to get back in the game and try to play a little bit, kind of walk it off. But that's the tackle that they outlaws. Dude's gonna get fined. He should have got flagged, but he's going to get fined throughout the week because that's the tackle they outlawed this year because it hurt too many people. That hip drop tackle.
We're gonna feel this. Everybody's gonna be feeling this game. This game was a very physical game for everybody. I mean, everybody got beat up.
Saquon, Dickerson, Lane, AJ, obviously, Pittsburgh hit it. This is why I said this game to me was their most impressive victory so far today. Both teams came in hot. Pittsburgh is the number 4 ranked team against the run, number 7th ranked defense overall in the league. They actually are lower in the pass. They 18th in the pass. So that's why Jalen was able to cook a little bit more too, which I like. Them teams that's weak in the pass, you got to exploit that. But they're a very good football team, very well coached, always been for the last 20 years, been a great defensive team, probably longer than that now. Always been a great defensive team. And we went in there and manhandled them. These are the games that show me we legit, we for real.
They said that Pittsburgh they got Saquon numbered. I think they said 2020 when they played Saquon, when they played them and they held them to 6 yards, 10 carries, 6 yards.
Yeah, but that's a Giants team that had no other options and nothing else to go to. This is why we talk about what the Eagles do. If you run up against a team that's top tier against the pass, say they're the number 1 passing defense, and their run is a little bit lower, then you're going to load up and run against them. This is what we talked about. The Eagles made this offense. This is why we had the confidence in this team this season, because this offense has so much talent on it. And we've seen today, like when they looking like a well-oiled machine. And it just so happened, I don't think anybody was expecting the defense to be as great as it has been this year. But that's where you got to give, the D coordinator, you got to give Fangio some props. Like I said, to me, these guys look well coached up. Even the younger guy, it's like everybody trusts where their position is. I think earlier in the season, everybody was trying to make a play and not get burned. And you know, sometimes you're doing too much. Where it's like, all right, listen, this is the system, this is the play. And I think that the Eagles used to blow big plays at certain times because people be trying to make that play at that big down instead of sticking to what your job is. And now it looks like everybody does their job. They even position themselves, in my opinion, where if they don't make the play, somebody else is coming in to make that play. And I think that they're very, very well coached defensively.
Hey, Mark said that Jalen don't step up in the pocket. This is one day probably I thought he stayed in the pocket, but this is one of those days where staying in the pocket would have cost you your life.
I disagree. Because he stayed in the pocket. He stayed in the pocket later in the game and was dissecting him.
No, I said I felt he did, but I'm saying that this is one of those games where staying in the pocket with Watt and they hit hard. Them defensive linemen, they hit on Pittsburgh.
But I'm saying, go ahead.
I think Mark is saying it was a play. It was like two plays. One in particular, I get my rewind on. I was about to post it to our Polo chat, but I didn't. And Ethan was talking about it too. Jalen sometimes runs himself into sacks. Remember the one when T.J. Watt almost strip sacked him?
Yes. And if he'd have stepped up there, Lane was pushing him to the outside. If he would have stepped in,
he pushed him around him. All Jalen
got beat a couple times though.
All Jalen had to do, but listen, all he had to do was step up. Like Watt is a speed rusher, so
you're saying getting beat exactly.
He's trying to come around outside to his right. So Lane is just going to let him go. You force him out right, and all Jalen got to do is just step up. All you got to do is step up. Is with the boys who say, Happy Gilmore, just tap it in. Just tap it in. All you got to do is just step up. Just step up. It's right there. I rewinded the show because my son was like, oh, no, Lane missed the block. I said, watch what happened. I said, he didn't miss the block. He just let him go around him, and all Jalen got to do is step up, and it's right. And he was like, oh, yeah, you're right. I see it. So that play, I was impressed how Jalen held onto that rock because Watts smacked that draw hard as out the what.
You said when he punched it out the first time and got that fumble.
Yeah.
And Jalen had a grip on that joint. He was like,
he had the Kung Fu grip on it the second time because he ain't let that joint go. But that's what I agree with Mark with that. And Jalen, sometimes, I'm not trying to be overly critical. He does that too much to my liking when all you got to do is step up. So
I think he settled down and did that later on in the second half, though. I think he started. That's why I said I was more impressed. And they was only doing like a 4-man rush, but it's like he wasn't panicked. Sometimes you get these calls on these offensive linemen too when Jalen does stuff like a little bit. It's a gift and a curse. But if you keep it reined in and have an understanding, the more the team plays together, you understand at what point in time what internal clock tells you when to run and everything else. But I agree with Ephraim. I thought that Watt sack was because of Jalen ran out. If he'd have just stepped in, Lane was pushing him to the outside. He would have ran. He would have pushed him all the way around him.
There was a couple plays where last week you saying Jalen only runs to he don't run the pass. He just run to get that. But today that Devonta pass he ran, and then everybody thought he was going to take off, and he went and dropped it right to Devonta.
Absolutely,
I agree. And I'm not hating on that. This is what I want to see.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna call it out, call it out.
I do, and thank you for doing it, and thank you for saying it because you're. Tell me.
So did you see the difference now?
Yeah,
so now you admit that. No, so then don't bring it up. Then don't bring it up. Then if you're gonna bring up, hold up. You just set up there. You just brought up the fact Ephraim called him out for it, and then it worked. He actually did it this week, and it worked. And now you're trying to make it like that's a flex.
All I'm saying is,
y'all remember when the middle opened up and he ran for 22 yards? Y'all didn't say he ran. He took off.
All I'm saying is, to be honest with you,
but it was a design run.
When I said what I said, you rarely seen Jalen make them type of plays where he's about to cross the line of scrimmage and throws it. More than likely, when he about to, as soon as he get a hole, he gone and he don't look the pass. So today he did that a lot, and I'm cool. I love it. That's what he needs to do. I'm not saying you got to pass every time, but your eyes should always remain downfield because when you get the moving, the defense get the moving. It's the jailbreak. Nobody know what's going on. AJ running, he done broke off his route. Now he going deeper, coming short. So now you got opportunities. This is what Patrick Mahomes built a career off of doing. Aaron Rodgers, when he was good, this is what he would do. Even Big Ben Roethlisberger, he would shake a couple cats off, step over to the left, step over to the right, boom, hit you. It's once the play breaks down, so much opens up if you keep your eyes downfield. That's all I'm saying. And he did it.
I'm not mad at Jalen running cautiously. I'd rather Jalen run the way that he ran today than run how he used to run. I don't want to see him reckless running. He don't need to. We need him as a quarter. I don't want to see what the backup quarterback got. And then I know Jalen Hurts is good enough that we can win a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. So I don't want to see him doing reckless, unnecessary, reckless stuff. If it's a Super Bowl and he got to try to go to break a tackle or try to run a dude over to get in that end zone because it's the last play or a big play in the game, I'm not mad at that. But in this game right here, when he's running up the middle, hit that quick slide and hop up. I love it. Run out of bounds. If you're going on the corner, run out of bounds. You don't got to try to fight for 3 extra yards in the game right now, like in the middle of the game. That's not. I don't want to see him running recklessly. I love the way that he ran today. Even with the plays, the running plays, to me, when he ran today, was designed for the most part. Like when he ran it up the middle, and when you see his design, it's like boom, it's crisp. Like I said, to me early on, it looked like Jalen just knew what the plan was, what he was trying to do with the ball, and he executed excellently. He executed almost perfectly, in my opinion.
I agree, X-Man. I agree with that, Wayne. I agree, X-Man. He said he gets rid of the ball quick, good things happen, and bad things happen, obviously, when he holds on the ball too long, that's when he gets sacked. And that's what I'm saying about golf. I'm telling you, the games I had a chance to watch golf, bro, he get that rock out his hands in 2 to 3 seconds tops. If it's 3 seconds, is almost too long for him. He get that ball out his hands fast. I'm telling you, that's why the offense put up so many points. Good things happen when it's almost getting the ball out your hands is almost equivalent to an offense going up tempo. You get a chance to catch people off balance, out of position. Get the ball out your hands quick. That first step is your biggest ally when it comes to a quarterback and a receiver. You get the ball, boom, and you hit that move, you open. Give it to me. Boom, he out. That I'm telling you, that's the offense that we need to make sure that we run it more, getting that ball out Jalen Hurts' hands fast. Get that ball out his hands, good things happen. I agree with that.
Yeah, listen, you could say that Joff is trash, but that's Ephraim's point. Even as bad of a quarterback as he is, and he's not on Jalen's level, getting rid of the ball quicker makes him a legit NFL quarterback. So now if you talk about a guy that actually has the skill set to play at a higher level of quarterback, and now he does those smart things and gets rid of it quick, it makes it puts Jalen back into like an MVP conversation type quarterback. If he played all season like this, then it would be discussions of that.
Absolutely.
It's going to Allen.
Jared Goff ain't trash. Jared Goff may not be no elite quarterback, but he definitely not trash, bro. The Bull got on a year 25 touchdowns, 10 picks, got 109 quarterback rating. Today he threw for 494 yards, 5 touchdowns with 118 quarterback rating. Now that's Buffalo defense ain't the greatest, don't get me wrong, but even still, 5 touchdowns, 500 passing yards. He's not trash. Trust me when I tell you.
He threw the ball 60 times.
He ain't trash. Huh?
He threw the ball 60 times. That's crazy.
You trash quarterbacks, they don't throw 60 times. If you trash, you don't even get the opportunity to throw 60 times if you trash. They put up what? 35, 30? No, they put up 40-something points in this game. Points. So he's not trash.
I'm not calling him trash, but I'm just saying.
No, I know. No, I'm talking about Mr. Wing. What you saying? Go ahead.
No, I was just saying as far as this game is, I thought the defense played well, special teams played good. Just getting that turnover because the game was still tight until the ball fumbled the ball. That running back fumbled the ball because they was about to score. So I mean, that's why I got to give more props to the defense. As far as my game ball, though, who gets the game ball?
Fangio.
Oh, who would do that? Why would the Bull? I wonder what that argument with Nick Sirianni and the defensive line coach was about.
I think because Sirianni was acting goofy because he was mad at Jalen Carter.
Okay, I thought. Okay, go ahead.
That was kind of the premise of it. My thing is, you address it once on the sideline, let it go. Y'all handle it maybe after the game or something. He's sitting there and arguing as if he's arguing with his wife. This is this goofiness that Sirianni does over and over again. He loves to argue in the middle of a game.
Well, guess what? He got a winning record. Ain't that what you say if somebody say something bad about Jalen? Look at his record.
It's not, because that's Jalen's winning record. Sirianni just did for the ride. But I'm saying Sirianni cannot argue with you can't have a prolonged argument on the sideline with your best defensive player. That makes no sense.
Wow, did it go back? Did it backfire on him or something?
Because Big Dom is on the sideline now. That the boy Big Dom, he's sitting there trying to hold him back, like he really could hold.
Listen, this one thing I'm gonna say about this Eagles team. Everybody keep talking all this trash about. See, look, AJ said that. Oh, this gonna tear the team apart. How about maybe that's how this team functions? Maybe that's what makes them work like that. Like you could have AJ sit up there and call out certain stuff, and Jalen don't take it like maybe they just work like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the boy Jalen, the D lineman, maybe he needs somebody to talk reckless to him or something. He seemed like he liked that kind of reckless type stuff. You know what I mean? Like how you smack the ball in the front joint. Like how you gonna smack the ball helmet?
That's not a dysfunctional. Maybe Jalen. I do believe Jalen does.
AJ and Jalen had the best combined game with each other this week, right after all that stuff when everybody was talking like this team was going in.
Jalen steps up when the pressure's on.
You talk about doubting Jalen, but everybody was talking about you.
Let him finish. Go ahead. What you saying now?
No, what I'm saying is, but with Sirianni and arguing with your player on the sideline, because you're supposed to be worrying about the very next play. Your whole goal is, okay, that's over. Now I got to put my team in position. Then if I got to make a critical decision to go with a 4th and 1, because that's all you're doing is really saying 4th and 1 or not. That's when that happens. I need him to be ready. His mind got to be in the game, and he's not in there. He's arguing on the sideline.
I mean, what?
He don't call the plays though, right?
Hold on, let me get it.
You don't call the plays. You told us. So why you gotta be the next thing? My fault. Go ahead.
Let me get it. One wish of mine, all right, is to be on the NFL sideline for one game. That's just one. If I was a Make-A-Wish young boy, that would be my one wish. Or wish your one wish that you can have.
He lost his hair.
I would love to be on the NFL sideline for one game. All right. I say that to say because things are so intense. I can only imagine the intensity. You'll probably grow 3 hairs on your chest from all the testosterone on the sideline just flowing through the jaw. It's so hype. It's crazy. So sometimes stuff like that does happen. I think what happened, and Tim, I think he was alluding to it, I think he wanted to continue to chew out the ball, Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
And the defensive line coach didn't want him to. Like, he probably like, yo, I talked to him. He had enough. Yo, do your job. I'll do my job type situation. And Sirianni was trying to step to like, no, listen, when I want to talk to my player, I can talk to him. And Bull was like, no, I said stand down. You going to stand down before I slap taste out your mouth. And then ultimately, Nick knew what the deal was. He knew he wasn't going through Bull because Bull looked like he was ready to slap off on somebody. So Nick showed
right. Nick was like, well, not you. I'm talking about Bull.
He said, you want some, man? You want some too? No.
Jack King.
Jackie, what's up?
It's been a while. We ain't heard from you in a minute. How you doing? Good to hear from you.
Yeah,
hope you and the family have been well.
Yeah, fly Eagles fly. Absolutely. Thank you for the super chat. That's much love right there. But I think that's what that was. But that's just. I'm not mad at neither one of them. Sometimes it just be like that. Like Wayne said, sometimes you gotta air it out. Like he aired it out with the coach a little bit. They gonna dap up by the time the end of the game over. Everything gonna be love. But in the heat of battle, sometimes it just bees like that.
Let me tell you how many times me and my cousins been to the courts or something like that, and especially me and my cousin Steve, or even Kev, we would go to the courts and we'd be on the same team, and sometimes stuff would be going and then we just get to arguing, like, well, if you get the rebound and we like arguing, and the other boys is like watching that and just like, all right, watch when I get the ball, and all of a sudden I'm scoring, or watch when I get the rebound. Like it's like we in a competition now, but we balling and we blowing the other team out. Like sometimes you just, you know what I'm saying, it seemed like the Eagles might be like that, like. They came out there, they talked, they said what they had to say, and you saying it's the coach, you can say that all you want. Yeah, Mark knows exactly how we used to go on the court with it. Mark knows.
But we all been do that. That's not we're not saying.
But that's what I'm saying though. To me, that's just like with Jalen and AJ. They know each other. They like somebody said, he godparent to the Bull kids. Like they good. He know that he's saying that, but he also know that that's his man. And Jalen probably like, all right, I heard you. I see what you're talking about. He probably went and looked. He's like, I did miss you on that. All right. And Jalen might even said to him, all right, listen, Ninja, I'm going to throw it this time. If you don't catch it or if it get picked, I'm on your tail. And he might say, I mean, because listen, you know how Jalen don't come out and act like that way, but you never know how he might have said, he be like, all right, I'm going to throw it. If you don't catch it, watch what happens. And he threw it and he caught it.
Fly. Facts. Yeah, 30 minutes late, but go ahead. Speak your piece.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
You want to apologize to Jalen or that hating you was doing on him? Or
Fly, Eagles, fly, man. Listen, I hate Jalen and greatness. I want perfection out of my quarterback, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. My goodness. Y'all, every time somebody say, y'all want to jump into this hissy fit when somebody criticize Jalen Hurts. Criticism is good. It's okay to criticize somebody. It's not hate. Listen,
yours is a little bit more than just criticizing him.
Remember that play where he hung in the pocket, he navigated around, and he hit, I believe, Devonta. I said, that was Hurts' best play all game. He sat in the pocket, navigated the pocket, waited. He didn't try to run out. Strike, Devonta. Come on, man. That's all I want to say.
He pretty much was like that all game today, except for maybe like 1 or 2 plays, in my opinion.
Yes.
He had a couple hold the ball too long sacks. He had a couple trying to run out. But
first of all, even the greats, Tom Brady, Mahomes, whoever you want to pick,
have a bad play here and there.
Game, yes, it's going to be a low on a drive or 2 here or there. You cannot expect somebody every time a drive don't go the way you want. Oh, the ball, he doing it. That's, to me, that's what kind of irks me when somebody do the overly critical stuff. But when you watch a player you like, and that's because you really don't like Jalen. Because when you watch Josh Allen, that when that happens to him, you don't say that. I don't see you like, oh, the boy, Josh.
The same way you're overly critical on Josh Allen?
No, I actually troll Josh Allen because you be so Joe. I'm trying to actually show you how it go. I actually think he's a baller. I told you Josh Allen was a baller. It was some things that I think he was giving him more props than necessary. I told you he was more of a short throwing quarterback who his players got the ball down the field. But now I will give him credit. He got Cooper there. He's been throwing Amari Cooper. Now he's been throwing the ball downfield more. I got to give him credit for that. And he's been throwing it accurately. But my thing is, you do too much with you try to overly critique him because you really don't like him like that.
That exactly. AJ Brown, he said on the touchdown celebration with Jalen Hurts, he said that was our moment to tell everyone to shut up.
Yep. I'm telling you, you was one of the main ones all out of pocket. AJ so selfish. AJ so yes you was. You was all ready to turn. You turn on AJ and everything else.
Turn on him. He purposely said what he said. He was mad. He was angry about last week's game.
But
my thing is, I don't to address it in the media like that, and it was. And then what happened was BG. But I think BG is the one who actually made it a good thing.
Hold up! I swore that was my point that I made on it. Where I said
it wasn't your point. It was.
Yeah, it was. I said I didn't think it was that bad. I think everybody really upset. BG made I said BG is the one that made it so bad because what he came out and said after that. That's what I said. I said what AJ said to me wasn't that bad. He said we have to be better passing the ball. And lo and behold, the next game we're better passing the ball. Who would have known? He was right. We need to be better passing the ball.
Ethan, you missed Jackie. Jackie Kemp came up and gave us a shout out.
Oh man, how's she been? I ain't seen her in a minute.
I know. It was good hearing from her.
Yeah, month of Sundays have been too long. You know what I mean? Yeah. Get to have her back in the building. But great. Listen. Very good team victory on both facets. And I do agree, Mr. Wing, Detroit haven't had a juggernaut schedule like that. I do agree. They coming into their hardest part of their schedule now, and they just lost to Buffalo. I think their defense can be attacked. Buffalo just put up 40-something points, 45 points on their defense. Yeah. So their defense can be attacked. I do think their offense is good, though. I do. I think he gets the ball. Goff is playing at a very high level quarterback. He's getting the ball out of his hands. He's not making a whole bunch. He had that one game where he just threw 5 interceptions. But if you negate that one game, you only got 5 interceptions on the year. That one game was crazy. I didn't see it. I don't know what happened. He would throw picks all over the place. But for the most part, he get the ball out of his hands fast, and they move that ball up and down the field. So they're going to be they're going to be a force to reckon with. They're not 12-2 for no reason at all. But I do think we can beat them. I'm not sitting here saying I'm scared. I'm not.
One thing I didn't like, did y'all bring up the timeout before the field goal?
No.
So they sit around and address that.
We ain't bring that.
What was that about? Why not let them rush on the field and kick that field goal? Why do we call timeout so the kicker could take his time and relax and ease into that kick? I mean, we won. I don't want to nitpick, but to me, that just wasted a timeout for no reason.
Well, I mean, sometimes they call timeouts to try to, you know what I'm saying, freeze somebody up. I don't think that was the case here. I think what they did was, I think they called the timeout because they knew Pittsburgh was going to run the clock all the way down, and the Eagles were going to take a shot at trying to get a field goal. But then that very first play they ran the next time, Jalen held on to the ball and took a sack, and it was like, nah, let's go into the. I think it's like, you know, sometimes you like, well, we might take a shot at this. And then the first play goes so drastically wrong, and right before your eyes flash all the bad stuff that could have happened. It's like, nah, we gonna sit on that. We gonna get the ball in the second half. That's what I think that they was gonna try to do.
Put up 90 total points. Wow,
yeah, that's crazy. I agree with Ethan on that though. I think you made, especially as bad as field goals kicking been this year.
Oh, I ain't saying it was a great choice to do it. I'm just saying that's what I think the thinking was.
Nah, they gotta think better. I think that's bad thinking. You let them rush to kick the field goal because the math is this. At the time, I think it was like 40-some seconds. You got to equate, okay, by the time they kick the field goal, or even if I call a timeout, by the time all this happens, I'm going to get the ball back. It's going to be low 30 seconds or high 20, and it was 28 seconds by the time we got the ball. And you got one timeout. What are you really going to do with 28 seconds and one timeout? Like, realistically, you're going to run yourself into more of a chance of doing something dumb than something positive.
I agree.
If it's a minute left, okay, let's call the timeout. We get the ball, maybe 50 seconds left or something. You could get a couple plays going downfield and might be able to get a field goal. 28 seconds left in the joint, and you kind of struggling. You know what I mean? Like, not struggling, but the offense is like, all right, just something dumb can happen. It wasn't like you was flying up and down the field. We did good, but it wasn't like the defense sweet. Like, well, this defense sweet. You know, we could. Right. No, it's not like that. So you putting yourself, I think, in a more of a dangerous situation. Make them rush to try to kick the field goal. It's a very high possibility he would have missed.
I mean, I'm not arguing with y'all point y'all making though. I agree. Nick Sirianni could have been doing something goofy, like, yeah, I want to get down there. Maybe we could even try a real long field goal to try to get Elliott's.
I'm sure.
That could be something goofy too. Get a block and then that joint get returned. I agree with y'all. It wasn't worth the risk. Wasn't worth the reward, especially since he was getting the ball back first in the second half.
Oh, I didn't realize Devonta had such a good game.
I talked about this. I just go back after we done, re-listen to the beginning, because I talked about Jalen spreading the ball around, and my point that I made about when he spreads the ball around, the offense moves smoother. Everybody's happy. Nobody can complain. It's a good thing. You got weapons. Use these dudes, and it puts the defense on their toes for everybody. So you can't just hunker down on AJ. You can't hunker down on Saquon. You got to play everybody.
But this is Devonta Smith. He did miss what the last
time you muted him, even though we wouldn't have noticed anyway.
Devonta did miss like the last.
I wouldn't have noticed anyway.
You like a ventriloquist dummy. Like it was like Ethan had his hand up your back, and you heard Ethan's voice, and you just like,
hey, yo.
Here's what I want to say. Listen. The only reason why we was able to get this game the way we got it was because of AJ Brown. And here's why. Kellen Moore is the one who really should have been called out, because we've been winning so well with Saquon. They kind of been focusing on Saquon. Now that we know we had to focus on the offense, it wasn't going to be a lot of complaining with Jalen throwing, because he drew the ball like 8 times in a row, and he was able to get warmed up because he was throwing the ball. Jalen is the type of player that needs to get warmed up. If you keep dividing it, a little bit of run, a little bit pass, he's going to struggle a little bit. If you let him just cook, which he was able to cook, and I know Ephraim said that at one point, but I'm just emphasizing.
First of all, he came out this game sharp and hitting people in between
because he was able to.
The last game we came out passing and it didn't work. He did.
What they do is they'll give.
He came out passing last game too.
No, this is what happens.
Yes, we did.
He'll throw the ball. And maybe it's the incompletion, but the second one you'll give it to Saquon.
That's not what happened last week.
Saquon will get 7, but he still then they got to throw the ball again, and then he'll miss, and the next year they playing. That's kind of what happens.
This is why I go, because it goes so hard because of stuff like this.
I'm telling you, gotta let them pass.
This is why.
Let them pass early and often.
Why?
So are you telling me it's not a good idea to let Jalen pass the ball more?
Mr. Win, you're a funny boy. So I agree with you. More often than not, he has to get warmed up. I've been said this about Jalen.
I know, but I said even more.
But my point, my main point is getting first downs is the key to keeping your offense on the field, obviously, but also to keeping a rhythm. And the more first downs you get, the more plays you can run, the more in a rhythm you can get. This is why I'm not taking blame off of Jalen for missing some of those throws last game that could have been made, where this whole thing came about, where AJ had to snatch him up, you know what I mean, in the dressing room, in the locker room, and make sure, like, yo, stop playing with me. Stop playing with my money. Stop playing with my stats. Give me this ball.
I still think that was more often than not, it was the play calling more than anything.
No, the plays was
his execution. Let me ask y'all this. When AJ got hurt, did he just let the ball go? Did he just throw the ball?
I see a lot of players, but if I'm not mistaken, I think Nick Chubb did that when he got his knee blown out on that.
No, he didn't.
With a Thursday night.
He held that ball all the way down.
I'm just saying, I'm not positive, but I know I've seen a lot of players fumble. That's how I guarantee you, it's a stat. Probably a good majority of fumbles happen when players get hurt. I've seen a lot of players, when their knee get twisted up in a certain situation, they try to, I guess, almost throw the ball in an attempt to get everybody off of them. Like, yo, I don't got it no more. Get off my leg. You got my knee twisted up or my leg twisted up in a very bad position. And that's what it kind of happened a little bit. He probably should have just tossed it out of bounds, but he tossed the joint right back in the field play. Fortunately enough, Devonta was there to bail him out.
Yeah. But Devonta had a great game. His day was just as good as AJ's, if not better.
He had a very good game. I agree. He panicked. He did panic to win. But yeah, Devonta, he had 11 receptions, 109 yards. He's balling, man.
But to answer your question earlier, Tim, I'm giving Jalen a game ball. I am. I was trolling earlier.
Yeah, I'm
giving Jalen a game ball.
I'm giving Jalen the defense. We shut their running game. We held them to no first down for 4 straight possessions. Shut their running game completely down. Shut the pass. Their offense is pretty much shut down. Their offense was pretty much clamped the whole game. They got I think one really good drive the whole game. For the most part, no, they wasn't really getting nothing. But
you know what the defense did early though, and I meant to bring it out in the thing. They batted a lot of those passes down. Like, it looked like Pittsburgh was going to try to come out with the quick passes, and the defensive players was doing a great job of getting their hand up and disrupting a lot of that.
They did.
We built for a huge showdown with us in Detroit.
We need one more loss by Detroit, though. We need them to lose another game so we get that home field advantage throughout.
You know what I don't like? I don't like worrying about other teams. Handle your business. This was the Eagles.
What it come down to? What you go by record, and then what's the next thing? Is division record or what?
Division game, NFC games. We got more losses in the NFC than they got.
Oh, NFC. It goes NFC game. Okay.
Yeah.
So right now we tie who got the best. Who got the advantage? Did we both going at 2 losses?
We do. They do. Because we have 2 losses. They have a loss against the NFC team and Tampa. We got a loss against 2 NFC teams, Atlanta and the Bucs.
They got an AFC. They got an AFC and an NFC. So they got Tampa and the Bills. They lost. Are you saying?
Yes, and we have Atlanta and the Bills. So that gives them Atlanta and Tampa. So that gives them the advantage.
Jacqueline Kemp, thank you for the super chat again. I don't think Bills or Detroit is ready for our defense. Both teams allow their opponents to score too many points. Eagles beat Rams. Bills lost to Rams. I agree with that. That's what I think separates us from those teams. I think our defense is playing at an incredibly high level. That's why they get one of my game balls today. I'm giving Jalen a game ball. I got 2 game balls I'm giving out. I'm giving one to offense, one to defense. Defense is playing on all cylinders. They rarely miss tackles. This might be the best tackling defense I've seen the Eagles had since the Reggie.
I agree.
Jerome Brown, Wes Hopkins, Andre Hopkins type days. They rarely miss tackles, and I'm talking about one-on-one tackles.
Yes, open field one-on-one.
Yeah, speaking of one-on-one open field plays, Gainwell was giving people the business today. That one short pass he caught and hit the spin. That joint was
third down too. Hey, real quick, Jacqueline Kemp. I don't think the Bills are gonna make it there. Their defense not ready. Just that. I think Detroit has a better defense. I think this is just a game where it got away from them. But I think all around, Bills defense is too bad for them to try to get to the bowl. I think they're going to lose in the playoffs because of that defense.
Who you think going to be? You think AFC is going to be the Chiefs again? Because who? Ravens, maybe Ravens. Maybe Ravens.
Ravens, Steelers. You still got the Steelers. You got Ravens, Steelers.
Ravens going to lose in the playoffs by the kicker. Some kind of way their kicker going to cost them the playoffs.
Bills going to lose because of their defense.
Outside the Chiefs, you got the Ravens, Bills, Steelers. I think is the top teams in the AFC. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think that might be the top ones.
Yeah, I think what the Eagles do well, like what Ephraim said, repeating my point that I made earlier about the tackling on his team.
I actually expounded on your point because I said I think this.
Yeah, he expounded on it. He expounded on
the green defense.
Yeah, that's smart. Tag on to a winner.
Y'all not worried about Tampa? Y'all really not worried about Tampa?
No, we talk about the AFC.
Not worried about Tampa because we have a running back in the defense, so we're not worried about Jalen not reading the blitzes.
Tampa is a problem. I'm telling you.
No, I'm not. Did they win today?
But Tampa win today, Tim.
They not only they win, they smoked the Chargers. Smoked them.
Chargers trash.
Chargers is suspect though. What's the Chargers?
But I mean, the one thing I will say, it does look like if the Eagles offense come to play like they playing today, I think even if they doing blitzes or whatever else, I think the more comfortable Jalen is with getting rid of the ball and understanding, as long as he understands where he needs to go with the ball. And it looked like today he was making crisp, fast decisions. We didn't see the all-out blitzes that Tampa do sometimes, but I gotta hope that I gotta believe that if he's getting better, then it should be able to work out. He's seen it numerous times now. He should know to drop it off to Saquon if worst come to worst or something like that. But to the point about the Eagles defense tackling, and this is why I put them up against these other teams, like the other teams you talk about, they do like the Bills and Detroit. They do the quick pass and stuff like Ephraim talking about. Our defense tackles well. So a lot of times when we lost to the 49ers, they run a quick pass and do like break out and get yards after that. When your defense tackles well, you don't get a whole lot of big plays off of the catch and run. You know what I'm saying? So I think that the Eagles defense is playing on that type of time where you're not going to have as many long drawn out or big hit plays against them because they tackle so well.
I agree. I will say this. The NFC is going to be a dogfight to that NFC Championship game, bro. It's going to be we have far better teams, a far greater amount of good teams than the AFC. If you look at the NFC right now, you got Minnesota, Detroit. You got a team that NFC North is crazy. You got Minnesota, Detroit, Green Bay, us, Washington. Who else I'm missing? Tampa. That's 6 teams right there. 49ers are probably pretty much out of it. They got too many injuries and stuff.
They're done. Yeah. They're done.
But that's 6 teams right there. I might be missing somebody too. Who else? Who did not name? That's 6 teams that I'm telling you. Did I say Green Bay? I think I did say Green Bay.
You did.
That NFC, this NFC gonna be a battle. This may be the nicest collective of teams in the NFC in a while. It's gonna be a dogfight, bro. It's gonna be a dogfight. And they all got and the thing that they all got in common. But I think the thing that trumps us over everybody's defense.
Did you include the Rams in that?
Got good quarterbacking. No, I didn't say the Rams. They all got good quarterbacking.
Because if you're going to include the Rams, you're going to include the Seahawks. Seahawks 8-5, Rams 8-6. I'm not worried about them.
That's what I'm saying. Them two is one of them going to come out.
Seattle. I'm talking about the teams that I feel may offer a threat.
Right. Tim's just talking about who will make it. Yeah, we don't know who's all going to make it, but he's talking about.
Sam Bradford. I think Sam Bradford's a really good quarterback. He got a Super Bowl.
We handled them already, didn't we?
And
I just don't think they're a good enough team to compete for a Super Bowl this year. All the other teams, I think Green Bay can compete. Detroit, Minnesota, us, and Washington maybe on the outside a little bit. They may be kind of knocking on the door. But them other teams, Tampa Bay, I think they're good enough teams to possibly compete for a Super Bowl this year. I'm not confident in Seattle or the Rams right now.
I mean, Tampa Bay only 8-6 too. What you think just because of their history against us? That's
their problem, and they've won all their games.
That's the main reason why, because their history against us. Yes. Other than that,
Did we beat them?
We need somebody else to beat them.
I mean, historically, we just lose to them.
That year we went to the Super Bowl. We didn't play them that year?
No, we would have lost.
Yeah, what's his name? Tim talking about Sam Bradford. Sam Bradford ain't played for Detroit. I mean, for Rams in years. What's their quarterback name? It ain't Sam Bradford. It's
Stafford. Matthew Stafford.
Stafford. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
You thought the Bull played like 10 years ago.
No, y'all knew that.
The boy that got rich out of playing, not playing.
Yeah, got the rookie contract or something. That was him, right?
No, but then he kept getting re-signed and then getting hurt.
He got another one.
Hey, Jamar, I'm about to block you.
Tim needs that. That's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice group of teams that's going to offer us a challenge. I do think our defense is the best. I mean, it's the number one ranked defense in the league, so obviously it is the best. But that's going to be the deciding factor in these games. And Jalen going to have to make sure that the way he played today, hopefully this is a sign of things to come.
He's been playing well all year long, so he's just going to continue to grow on what he's been doing. So it's fine. I'm good with that. What we're not going to do is sit there and say he was a bum, even though he won 9 games before.
I didn't say he's a bum. I just talking about the way he played is the way you're going to have to play to win in the playoffs. That's the way you're going to have to win. Defense playing well, you keeping them chains moving, keeping the other offense off the field and putting up points. That's the way you're going to have to win.
Jalen said in his comments, so that's what y'all wanted to see, huh?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, yeah. What you think? Exactly. Hands up. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Hey, I'm glad. Keep giving it to it. Tell me we ain't done seeing it. We want to see some more. How about that?
Yeah. That's like a boy not paying child support and getting complained about, and then when he pay it, like, see, this what you wanted all the time, ain't it? Yeah, it is.
Hey, Lisa, that is. You're right, Wayne. Lisa made a comment earlier. I'm trying to find it. She said something about the bum Eagles. She called me out saying I'll be talking about the bum Sixers. She said I'll be ducking the Sixers pods. No, I don't be ducking the Sixers pods. They are playing suspect. I mean, we gonna talk about them this week because
they play tomorrow.
Is the tournament over? Did they decide yesterday?
Oh no, but they play tomorrow. They play
Tuesday is the tournament is going to be Milwaukee Bucks versus the OKC Thunder.
Okay, all right. Because I knew OKC and Houston played. First of all, they gagged Golden State. It should have been OKC and Golden State. They got completely robbed that game with a terrible, terrible call at the end that pretty much walked Houston to the line to win that game. But whatever. So.
Another quote from Jalen. He said, "Just because we don't mean we can't."
Huh?
But
just because we pass.
If I'm pass. Hey.
That's the dumb. See, this is
dumb. Because like AJ said, we got to be better. Our passing game needs to be better.
Hold on. So what? So don't.
He said we can run the ball or we can pass the ball. Just because we ain't passing the ball a lot. Don't mean we can't pass the ball. Don't act like you can't understand what he's talking about. What he's saying
is, in my mind,
I'm telling you what he's meant.
I'm gonna tell you what it sounds like. I'm just saying, just because we don't move the ball, don't mean we can't move the ball. No, your job is to move the ball every game. No, it's every play. Not now. You about to make me.
That's your narrative.
You lie, email Coach Ayers. Close your ears, Eli. Email.
Pass the ball a lot don't mean we can't pass the ball a lot.
Yo, listen. Why is the hate? We win. Is this our longest? Wait a minute. Is this our longest win streak ever for the Eagles?
Yep. Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
No, Jalen Hurts. Then we go 10-0 the 1 year or something. Or was it 10-1? We had 10-0 Super Bowl year.
10-0 or 9-0.
Then we go in 2022. I thought we went 10-0 2022.
No, he's 10-1. I think.
This is the longest one.
Remember, Tim kept bragging like we was 10-1.
What is this? 10 straight? Is this the longest 10 straight wins now we got?
X-Men show. They got gagged, bro. They got gagged.
Yeah, I agree. Jalen was salty. Jalen can't be. See, stop being mad at the fans. The fans reacted to what y'all put out there. I mean, I get it because I felt this kind of the same way. Like people over exaggerating stuff, in my opinion, when it came to that. But like, ain't no reason to. I mean, I can't be mad at Jalen for saying something back because you're gonna say what you want to say. But Don't be quiet all week. Like after everything went down, Jalen ain't had nothing to say. Now all of a sudden, afterwards, he talking. Just because we did, no, he should have came out right after that and said something.
He had to be the grown up in the room. Sometimes you got to.
Well, if you're the grown up in the room, then don't come back now and take shots. Don't be the grown up at one breath and then after you win, want to come back and talk trash.
Yeah, he gonna talk his stuff.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at him talking it. But don't be all quiet. Don't be all quiet when Debo around, but then when he leave, you talking again. Like you wasn't talking all that last week.
That's a whack game, though. This is a game, though, right here against the Steelers. That shows what type of team you are. They're a tough team. They're a tough defensive team. They're hard. You know, we barely got out of there. We had a couple of injuries too. This is a game you win and you realize what type of team. We really a good team. Let's keep moving forward. Keep stacking the wins, man. Pittsburgh's a tough team to play against. They're a tough team to beat.
Yeah,
it's been a good defense, tough defense, and a tough physical team too. You see how they were taking down.
That's interesting. If you came onto the pod 20 minutes earlier, I kind of said all that. But go ahead, keep going. Would you say they historically been a good defense? I said that. You said they're a tough team.
Good defense.
I said they ranked 7th overall in defense, 4th against the run, 18th against the pass. But go ahead. What were you saying?
So with that being said, that's why the pass was open. That's why the pass was open. You have to take advantage of that.
I said that too.
And you said they was playing 8-9 in the box against.
They was. Right. They wasn't letting him run.
We're open.
Can we put a bow on the Eagles? And I just want to bring something basketball real quick. Or y'all
go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm done. Go ahead.
So yesterday, my the young boy Paul Reed got cut by Detroit. Are y'all interested in bringing him back?
No.
What he did, I didn't know. Okay.
Detroit waived the center Paul Reed yesterday. I'm saying I'll bring
him back to do what?
To play because to be back because Paul, since Joel's not playing this year, he could
Paul
be
Reed's not center.
I'm agreeing with him. I'm bringing Paul Reed back. I will listen. I think your lineup at least because B ain't gonna be there and Paul George ain't gonna be there a lot. We need some height at that power forward spot. I'm bringing Paul back just for the play at power forward.
Hold on, let me ask you this: y'all don't think it's another 6'9", 6'10" dude out there? Let's
show it to them. Bring them in. It may be. Bring them in. If you ain't gonna bring Paul Reed in, bring the other bull in. Somebody.
I bring Thanos in before I bring Paul Reed in.
That's why.
If you're talking about bringing him in to be a power forward, I can see that. If you bring him a power forward next to Drummond, I'll see that. But I'm not bringing him as a center though.
I bring Paul Reed back.
I don't think he works as a center.
I have no problem.
He stole enough money.
I
mean, evidently the Sixers didn't have confidence in him being a power forward either because they had him on the roster to be a power forward, and then
they never played him. They didn't give him a shot.
Why did he had plenty of time to play?
He didn't get a play. Did you ever see him play power forward? No,
I've seen him play.
Paul Reed at the 4.
You didn't see him play power forward.
I'm liking Paul Reed at the 4. I'm going with that. I can feel that. Over Caleb. Right now we got Caleb Martin playing a 4.
No, right now we got Yabusele playing the 4.
He's playing center.
No, Yabusele's playing the 4.
He played center several times this
but when Embiid started, he was playing the 4.
How many when Embiid not here would he play?
Yeah, how many times Embiid going not be here? Yo, real quick about the Sixers too. Is y'all feel better that Embiid face is broken and he didn't come back? Is that more of a relief that he supposedly had a fracture?
Yeah, I mean,
that it was an actual injury and not him just being embellishing.
I'm not questioning Embiid in his toughness. I'm not questioning Embiid toughness. He does a lot of theatrical acting, all that kind of stuff like that. But these injuries are legitimate injuries. I just question I
don't question his physical toughness, but his mental toughness.
I question his toughness.
I question giving them $200 million.
I mean, how you gonna question somebody's physical toughness if they take these legit injuries and still come out and
try to play? What's the difference between questioning his mental and his physical toughness?
Because to me, mentally, that's like I said in the podcast that you missed that we just had. When I was saying the one thing that bothers me, that if it is an actual broken thing, Embiid was already feeling depressed about not being able to get on the court because of injuries and this, that, and other. So now he's getting back, he's getting in the flow, and then boom, this happens. I think if you keep having stuff like that happens, it can end up playing tricks on your mind. Whereas though it's like, I can't do nothing. Anytime I go out there, I'm gonna get hurt. And
Listen, let me ask you
the way he approaches the game.
Is part of physical toughness also getting your body ready to play? Is that part of physical toughness?
So how do you get your body ready to play from getting chopped in the face and your face won't break?
I'm talking about period for this season, just to begin the season. Is being physically tough also having your body ready to play?
And we got to do facial exercises because
basketball shape is different from just being in shape.
He the only boy I know that gets face broke 3 times a year.
That's crazy though.
That is, but
I mean, he just maybe he calcium or something, bro. His bones.
Yeah, his bones might be a little sus because the hit to the face. I thought his elbow, the way B was acting, I thought his elbow hit him in the face. It was just his hand, like the side of his hand. Yeah, it didn't look. The hit didn't look that aggressive. So if your face is getting broken from that, then you might want to check your vitamin. Your vitamin level might be suspect.
Yeah,
you might need to get some multis. Yeah, something going on.
Yeah.
He'd get beat up by probably like a 5'2" dude. 5'2" dude hit him beat in the face. It's over. So
a 5'2" dude gonna hit beat in the face, huh?
You're gonna jump in the air, hit him.
That 5'2" dude, he got mad hops. He jumping up and punching beat in the face. A 5'2" dude gonna jump up and punch a 7-footer in the face. He gonna jump up and punch the 7-footer in the face, boy. You been watching anime or something?
That's how I was gonna look when he hit beat.
But we be back tomorrow, right? We back tomorrow. I got you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, we asking you that. Will we?
Oh, I mean, we is a collective.
It depends on whether his wife wants to watch a movie or not. But besides that,
she might want to,
like The Bachelor or something.
Yeah.
I mean, one of them
ultimatum. Tim is hooked. By the way, you hooked on that show, Tim.
It don't matter though. What we talking about?
I told you about it. You watched 8 episodes.
Followed by 5 basketball wives.
All right, y'all. Let's like, comment, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're gonna catch you in the next podcast.
Like,
I forget who to pay tomorrow, but